Hi, it's Susie from Pink Diamond Guide. How is everybody today? I'm up bright and early because this energy has got me moving. Things have shifted so dramatically. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. We've got to this October 13 window in the middle of the month, and there's been a big shift in the energy. It's exhausting, but the change is upon us. So I hope you're feeling it too. It's manifested big conversations, big shifts, big changes, big adjustments, reset buttons all over the place, looking to push the collective forward. Um, so let's have a look. Let's see what this energy is holding for us because we've got more to come. We're in the solar eclipse in Libra is about to occur across the weekend, which again is a really intense energy that could, it's either going to have you pumped or it could have you sleeping funny, it could have you exhausted, it could have a bunch of different energies depending on what you're going through. But it's certainly, if nothing else, it's got a punch to it. It wants to shift things, change things, reset things, and look, not before time after what was a really challenging September. This energy around mid October is more than welcome to really adjust how people are connecting with each other. Let's see what a reading brings. You might find me fighting, like I sound like I'm fighting for energy a little bit. I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning over here. It's not my normal thing to be an early bird, but like I'm just feeling this intense push. I'm exhausted. I'm communicated out. I'm happy. I'm bewildered. There's a whole bunch of different energies swirling around. Like we went 4 weeks here without basically saying a word to each other, and I was just holding on to this mid-October energy to do its thing, and it did. And now we're in the thick of going, well, how much trauma did we move through? How much shift? How much change? How much growth? And now sitting in the next level of our ascension journey with each other, which has been, it's intense. Look what we've got here. The push against the collective right now is it's vivacity, right? It wants this level of intensity, being vivacious, right? Being full on, being all in, being given it all you've got. The push against is currently the shadows, or how we're showing up is the shadows and facing all those hidden traumas, trying to get the soul energy to balance out is really where it's at. The challenge is the connection. The connection in and of itself. The advice from spirit. Oh, what is that one saying? Courageous. That one's a bit hard to read, isn't it? The advice from spirit is courageous. I apologize for that. These are cards. I'm still getting to know them, still getting familiar with them. So the advice from spirit is to be courageous, and the likely outcome is charisma. So it will bring about a rejuvenated energy. Look at that vivacity and charisma, bringing everything to the table. Shadows, trying to get it into balance, but finding the whole process challenges into exhaustion, which is kind of where I'm sitting. But I'm so excited about the shifts in the ascension. What's come out of it? Like I said, we've been 4 weeks without barely speaking, and then out of it comes all of these incredible epiphanies and new versions of the energy that are just mind-boggling. So let's have a look. I hope you're getting those level of epiphanies in your connections as well, even if it's not with your twin being by your side. The connection is evolving, right? We're coming out of this window. There'll be epiphanies left, right, and center. Even if it's not physical 3D connection, don't panic. I'll say it over and over again. Don't panic. If you hear one lot of twins is coming into union and it doesn't bring you into union with it, don't panic. Just keep doing your work, right? Keep doing your work, because these ascension windows will come upon you. And like the separation phase, sometimes God gets us on our own. Sometimes God puts separation upon us so that He can have you one on one to do the ascension work that you're required to do for the collective energy and for your union. So don't panic if these energies don't bring you into union. Just keep doing your work, keep doing your work, keep doing your work, because this is the work, is the knowledge is what's going to get you into union. All right, let's have a look at the divine feminine energies with thinking about this solar eclipse. This, and it's in Libra, which is what's lovely, right? It's like a reset. It's that equilibrium. It really does want to bring us into a much more unified state. High going on. See, Two of Cups. Two of Cups, here it comes. We knew October had plenty of promise around what it was going to bring. Six of Cups and how it's showing. Oh, I'm going to take them both. They both want to come out together. King of Cups and the Ten of Swords. We've got the Three of Pentacles in the challenge. We've got the Ten of Cups in the advice. And we've got the Emperor in the likely outcome. Holy moly, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the bottom of the deck. Okie doke. What have we got here? Let's get ourselves a reading. I know I probably sound exhausted. I'm all talked out. It's been a lot. It's been a lot, but look at what's going on here, right? The magician, the energy does want to transform. It does want to transform, but to do so, it needs all of the elements working perfectly in alignment to bring that next level through, to bring the magic through. And how are we going to get there? Oh, we're going to do some work. We're going to talk knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. This is what I'm picking up. It's going after it, right? The Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. So you can see the obvious progression. I mean, that's clear. And how are you going to transform? You're going to make the progression from the Knight to the King. So the Knight charges in with all of their effort and all of their energy, charging in with the ideas that they have in order to create the scenario that they want to create, where the King of Swords goes, I'm really serious about the plan that I have. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's where the King of Swords is knowledgeable, right? He is factual. He cares about the details. He's, where the Knight of Swords might rush in, the King of Swords plans. So I always say that the fast track to union is knowledge. So the Knight of Swords can go at it at like a bull at a gate, but the King of Swords is going to plan carefully. So if this little ascension window hasn't brought you into union or hasn't brought you into the phase that you want, what we're looking for is to go, where's the gap in your knowledge, or where's the gap in where you think you're heading, right? Because if you don't have a destination, any road will get you there. But if you don't understand the destination, it's like, how do you plan your journey, right? If you don't know how far away the destination is, if you don't know the direction, if you don't know the details about how the journey actually unfolds, it's hard to make plans. You just go at a bull at a gate. You're learning kind of willy nilly things in order to try and make the transformation occur. Whereas what the king does is he gets very, very serious about where he's headed. Right now, October 13th, yesterday, I called it Vision Board Day. So this was an energy to be, it was a hyper valuable energy. In fact, what we ended up doing yesterday, I've got it sitting over here. We spent the day, you probably won't be able to see it all. This is what we did yesterday, right? Um, we sat there and we said, what kind of qualities do we want the union to hold? And you've got to understand, this is 4 weeks of not speaking, and where energies between us have been really challenging. My what we've been learning has been different sides of the coin. But this is what we brought back, and we went, well, if it's Vision Board Day and we really want to work on our union, what do we want to put into it? And it doesn't sound very romantic, doesn't it? Does it? But we made like a roadmap and go, what do we want it to look like when we're connecting? What kind of things do we want to bring into it? And we sort of settled on what's the destination, what things do we want to show up in our connection, and then we were like, what kind of affirmations, what kind of keys, what kind of struggles are we going to encounter? We played out a full vision board. So this energy is really kind of what we had going on, and going, we moved from the knight to the king to transform our scenario, not just going, well, let life just come at us and we don't have a plan to keep it all together. These are things we're going to rely on. We put it into process like a vision board and said, this is what we want our connection to look like. And everyone will have their own version of that for how they want to do it. But what the energy that's currently available brings is it supports making those sorts of plans. You've got Mars in Scorpio, which brings your major passions forward. You've got it's a time to recommit to what you want. And we had an alignment with Mars and Saturn, which is supports making, manifesting kind of plans, put your visions in place to bring what you want into alignment. Then you've got these solar eclipses that are like hitting reset buttons your scenario. What you put your energy into, you've got to get that coherence between heart and mind, because what you think sends it out, what you feel brings it back. So if your reality is out of whack, right, reality is right 100% of the time. If you're not in union the way you want to be, there's something missing in what you're sending out and what you're bringing back between the two of you. So this is that window that says get very serious about what your thoughts and feelings are, because that's going to manifest your reality. Oh, see, look, justice. Right? What you sent out into the world, what you the level this is a karmic card essentially. It's like what you put in is what you get back. Literally what I was just saying. It is a card of manifesting, it is a card of process. It's going, what do you want your reality to look like? Because what you charge in, what you put in, look at these knights putting all of this energy out into the world. And here it's got the hermit is going, what's hidden, what's underneath. This is a very external energy. This is very internal energy. This guy's out charging through the world. This one's hiding in a cave reflecting. So that's kind of where I was just saying. It's like your thoughts send it out. And this is a very practical energy, right? It's very practically moving out into the world, charging forward with your Mark 10 with your hair on fire. It's a very determined energy, where this is so very insular. So Spirit saying here, well, how I'm interpreting it is justice. What you put out, you got to think about what you're thinking, and you got to think about what you're feeling, and they need to have a clear coherence if you're going to manifest it, right? Again, it's like what this idea, look, the magician and the justice card, they're going, what are you manifesting right now? What you manifest, you've got to be prepared to face the consequences of what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and the level of coherence, right? The healing, the messages, the energies that you are trying to bring into your world. If your thoughts and your core feelings, right, your core energies, your core belief system, if they are not in coherence, then your world will feel disrupted. That's the baseline. Now, Spirit is saying, I really, really want you to be in love, right? Two of Cups is a push from the universe. We have moved out, or at least we are moving out of those really, really heavy energies. And now we're hitting reset buttons all over the place with what the next window looks like. It has a lot more of the honeymoon love attached to it versus the deep searching and the clearing out the trauma and the facing all the challenges. That energy window is starting to dissipate. We still have a little bit of it in the energy. Look at that. You've got the Six of Cups. So essentially, we're tracking back over the past, going, where were the difficulties? Where were the struggles? Where are the moments I've got to heal and clean up in order to move myself forward, right? And in soul space, look at this. You got the King of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So here we're going, I'm ready to get out of that last really deep searching window. And it was a very, very deliberate effort, right, to get into that healing space. It was a deliberate effort to look into the energies that we want to commit to with our soul space, because 2023 is rapidly drawing to a close, right? And the energy of 2023 was all about the soul. It was a 7 year, and we needed to pour some really serious energy into clearing up the stuff that's holding us back. We need to have a really, really good look at it, because look at this equilibrium. Spirit wants us to be moving in a more balanced way as we move into an 8 year where we elevate, right? Eights are all about leadership and taking charge and being at the top of the energy. So we want to move into that energy with determination to not be held back by our past hurts. Look, and we're sitting in them right now. We're sitting there going, what are we? And look, you got the shadow energy underneath as that baseline too. So it's like backtracking over everything that you've been through and clearing it out. And like you can do this kind of um, process on your own. If you're not together with your twin and you still want to run a manifesting process around your relationship, it is sitting there and going, where are the struggle points? Well, how we did it, we wrote down the things that we wanted to have happen, the things that we wanted to show up, and then we backtracked and asked questions of each other. It got really serious, you know. This was hours of conversation. Um, Asking questions. If we want kindness to show up in our relationship, we're going, well, when was the last time you were deliberately unkind? Didn't matter if it was to me or someone else. When was the last time you were deliberately unkind? And what did you do to overcome that energy in order to be a better version of yourself? You know, so we're actually sitting with the problem and having the courage to claim the solution and go, yep, this is how we move and this is how we want it to be. So next time we're coming up against an energy that feels unkind, we're going to go, right, is this really how we want the energy to manifest? We're getting very, very deliberate about the elements that we want to disappear. When was the last time that you didn't communicate fairly? When was the last time that you um, ignored Christ consciousness? You know, we were really digging into it and looking at scenarios where we struggled with those energies that we want to manifest, and what have we done since that time to change it. So it's getting a very, very deliberate process in place that helps you look into the ways that you're not showing up as the partner that you want to be, or showing up as the version of a relationship that you want to move into, and getting very deliberate about cleaning up the energies and manifesting how you want it to be moving forward. You could do a meditation process to have a look at these energies, but I really prefer under this energy to be very, very hyper conscious, bringing your conscious awareness into the process, using all your subconscious energy as well. Sit in the fullness of your being and bring forth what needs to be cleaned up in favor of what you want to happen, so that your core beliefs, what sits in your feeling, is aligning with what you're thinking. The universe is going to bring you what you are, not what you want. So thinking it is not enough. You need those core energies to be what you want to manifest, right? So what you think, what you're thinking about and what you're feeling are incoherent, and that's what will manifest the next part of your journey. Now, what we've got going on here, look at this, into that challenge comes the actual relationship itself. All right, so it's the connection, or the levels of stability. It is a challenging energy in as much we've been dragged through the bush backwards. We've been in the depths of our shadow energies. We've been reviewing the past in order to clean it up, and at times it can feel hard to go, well, this is fun, right? this is this is what I signed up for. All of this twin flame ascension work and all of the energies that I'm meant to be manifesting. And look, on top of that, where you turn on your news and the world is at threat of war, and there's natural disasters, and there's been so much challenging energy on the planet, as we're waking up into higher levels of divinity every day. So our energy is lifting and rising and growing, and the earth plane is moving into so much. There's so much tumultuous energy that people are having to move through. It can actually, I'm going to say that the exhaustion from the soul work that's playing out right now can be taking a toll. I know it's affecting my sleep. Sometimes I can't fall asleep at all. I'll be lying there to the early AMs and going, oh, just fall asleep, will you? You know, like just can't fall asleep. And then on other days, I'm in bed at 7 o'clock and sleep right through. Or days like today, it's not my normal thing to get up at this hour. I normally sleep till about 7, but today I was up at 5 and going, oh, I just need to feel like I need to move. There's this push of energy, which could be to do with the solar eclipse. So it's, to me, it's like I'm up and awake, but I'm exhausted. It's like a really challenging thing to sit in a divine energy at the moment, but we kind of have to keep working towards the equilibrium. And if there's anything toxic that needs to be moved through, this is the window to get into that work, right? You could be looking at energies that are around power struggles, or you've got more detoxing to do. It's definitely relationship reset energy. So it's anything that you want cleaned out of your twin flame connection. Get in and do the work today. Don't delay. Take advantage of what the cosmos has in place. See, look, the Emperor, take charge, take charge. The push from the universe, really look at these energies keep coming through for the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. The divine just wants us to be happy and in love. That's what the divine wants us to get there. The work that's required is to clean out the muck, right? It's really just clean out the energy, ready for the next chapter of your twin flame journey. If it's union, excellent, super excited. That's amazing. The more twins that come into the connection, the more twins that do, right? So for those twins who are coming into union, hallelujah, praise it. It's amazing. If you're in union and you've been apart and you're trying to get it back together, or if you're just completely in separation, it doesn't matter at what phase of the journey that you're at. We all come together in waves, right? Which are task centric, not time centric. So you get there, you get into union when you do the work, right? So saying, get in. You've got a perfect window, and the reason why the masculine energies are so strong is because it's deeply action oriented, which is why, yes, meditate, absolutely, get into that deep subconscious energy and figure out what's in there still to clean up, but get physically active, like take a physical action, journal, vision board, talk to somebody. Like we sat and did a whiteboard plan, something that says I'm putting physical energy into what I'm willing to recommit to within my twin flame connection, having identified if there's anything in there that's still mucky that I need to get rid of. Have a look at divine masculine, and oh boy, has it been a talking from our perspective, we literally went 4 weeks. We live we live in the same house. Went 4 weeks without spending time in the same room, without talking to each other, with just like dancing with the idea: are we even going to continue to be together under this window? Like it has this push pull still when you're in union and going. Divine is pushing us through a really hefty learning cycle, and what's come out of it has just been awe-inspiring. I'm so excited to hear all the revelations and all the processes and everything that he's come out the other side, understanding about himself and about us, and reflections that he has to be able to help me on my journey. Like we really are mirrors of each other, and if you trust in the space that spirit pushes you into when he puts separation upon your union. um like when we've been doing these readings, I have been saying the middle of the month, October, is when we're going to come out of the mud and we're going to have this, beautiful transition where we get the reset energies, and right on time. Like he's been able to come forward and say, I really want to communicate again. This is what I've learned, right? And to learn to trust those processes and not get into panic when those separation phases occur, because sometimes the divine just wants to have one or both of you on your own to be able to have an ascension journey occur. And it's always, it's always gobsmacking when you come out of those little separation phases and you hear what the other person's been going through and you hear what they've learned, and you can sit there and go, oh, that's what that was about, right? So you can get to the other side. So I'm far enough into the journey now not to let those separation phases panic me as much as they used to. And I just kind of write them out and go, okay, what did you learn? What did you learn? Tell me everything about what you learned. I want to know. And so that's kind of what our past couple of days have been about, is going over those reflections. And really going, well, what does the next phase look like? Which is why we got serious about doing that little planning phase that we did to go, well, what are we addressing? How do we move it forward? Okay. So divine masculine. See, look, here comes our Page of Cups, Ace of Cups energy coming in. Beautiful. Yes, and I want to tell you everything that's going on. This is Page of Pentacles. We've got the King of Pentacles, and we've got the Tower. Righto. It's awesome. It's a really awesome read. So Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and the Tower. What's underneath it? Let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go with that. Oh, and the Empress is a little bit underneath it. Look. This is really beautiful because one of the big energies that we've been working through is how to lay down the burdens of the past, right? So, Divine Feminine has got the Six of Cups there of backtracking over the past, and Divine Masculine is really going, I do not want to let my past continue to interrupt my happiness, right? So, here I've been through a lot, I've struggled with a lot, I've lost my way plenty of times, I've not known who I am or where I'm going, I haven't known how to lead, I haven't known how to be anything but feeling broken a lot. And I really want to get to this space where I can lay that burden down and not let it impact my happiness anymore. Right? That's it. To me, it's as straightforward as that. I'm tired of letting the past, I'm tired of letting my wounds dictate my happiness. I want to lay this burden down and I want to be able to move in a really positive way in my world. I want all my blessings. See, look again. Here's the Fool. This push is on them to take a leap of faith, right? To move with the divine into an energy that's, I will get to these because they look counterintuitive, but I think I understand the process. Here, the process of moving past all of the struggles that they've been, the push is on them. Go, it's a sunny day. Get outside and enjoy the new energy that's available to you, right? Get outside, trust, seek, understand, move, grow, take a leap of faith. Like it's like they just want to be able to do that. It's one thing to feel it, it's another thing to be able to execute it, right? So here they've got the energy of the hanged man and a defensive energy. So it does feel to them like all of the pushes upon them to have a crack at it, right? Just to go, to put all their energy forward. They just want to be happy. But to embrace this new pattern, this new understanding, this new way of being, whatever they've just been through in this ascension journey, I don't think we're going to get it's not going to be underlined for the collective until the end of the month. I would expect by October 28th that we wouldn't see any kind of defensive energy towards just moving in this fresh new start, fresh new space. So, look, Hangman is just, I'm taking a pause. I'm putting a little barrier up, but essentially, I am feeling the push to take a leap of faith towards the next part of my journey. And Spirit says, out, reach out, make an offer, bring your heart forward, show people what you're made of, show the truth. You do not need to hide behind any of your trauma anymore. You do not need to be defensive. Just make an offer, even if it's a small one. Just make a start. And we always joke that this poor little page has got a fish in a cup. So when this comes through as an energy, and look here, they're showing up with new Ace of Cups there. So if we can imagine, here's our Ace of Cups, and the page is what's delivering it. It's still the offer is still, it's going to be less emotionally mature than the level that Divine Feminine is at, but it's significant enough that it brings a fresh new energy into the connection, right? It is their cups are overflowing with what the divine has just put them through. And you might, as a Divine Feminine, identify, yeah, there's more work to do there, but that's because we just ascended as well, right? And it's always, it's common. It's common. I'm not going to say it's foolproof, but it's common that Divine Feminine goes through this energy first, right? They ascend, they get to the next level, then they're looking over to divine masculine and going, well, have you ascended? And, sometimes the divine feminine has felt like, oh, my ascension is going to ascend me away from my connection, and the gap between us is going to be too big that I'll evolve out of it. And I'm going to be honest, I was, in that space of going, wow, is this the time where I really feel like I've just ascended out and away for good? Because we're not talking, right? And I know how much ascension is going on. And I know this October energy is coming up, and I'm going, the push on me was not to go and fix anything that's going on. It was kind of a cold energy, kind of a neutral energy. And you do sometimes you sit there and go, is this the time I'm going to ascend out of this for good? And then inevitably the divine goes, actually, no, your divine masculine has ascended as well, but it's their version of ascension. And we may look across at them and go, well, you're not exactly on the same level that I am. But they're not, because you ascended and they ascended, and generally speaking, the divine feminine goes first. But what they're going to tell you is what they figured out. Now, you might figure this out via a 5D energy, or you might get the 3D version of it. But essentially, they have had a massive ascension leap. It's been huge, right? And are they struggling to translate that information and bring it forward and present it? I'm going to say yes, because Spirit is saying to them, King of Pentacles, all right? This is the advice from Spirit. Move forward as the King of Pentacles. Take everything that you've learned and move forward in a really composed way, right? Take your enterprise and build something. And Spirit's going, Divine Masculine's going, I don't know what I've just learned. I still need to cement this knowledge. I still need it to be something concrete that I come to rely on and I come to trust, and something that I move forward with in a day-to-day way. Now, that's what I'm suggesting, is that this window of ascension will have its underlined moment by about the 28th of October, when that second eclipse happens. But for now, they've been through a tower. I think they're still currently in the energy. I don't think this is the outcome. I think this is where they are now. Moving into this Ace of Cups energy is like going, they've crashed down an old version of themselves in favor of a new one. But as yet, it still feels like, like if you painted the bedroom walls, you can see the color has changed. You can see that the room looks different, but the paint might still be wet. And if you actually went and put your hand on the wall, you'd get paint on your hand, and two, you'd smudge the effect. So on some level, the energy that they're moving through, I don't think it's set. That's the word I would use. It's still setting as an energy that they can reliably, the Spirit's going, well, you've got everything you need. Move forward as the king. And he's going, well, I still feel like a page. I don't know what to do about that. Like I can't move forward as a king when I feel like there's still so much more to learn. And Spirit's going to allow them to settle into this energy. This tower moment will continue until they can truly underline it, truly settle into it, and know that this version of life is theirs, where the divine is leading them and taking them on journeys. And the process can be excruciating at times. It can bring a man to his knees, but out the other side of it, you birth something really, really beautiful. And Ricky and I often talk about the energy of a butterfly in a cocoon. And too often, um, I tried to um, save him, right? Let's just say that, and go, I know what you need to learn. I know what the teachings need to be, and I'd cut him out of that cocoon before he'd really had to fight enough to fly, right? His wings wouldn't be strong enough. So I go, but here, let me help you. Let me get you out of that cocoon, and I'll support. I'll be the energy that gets you through the next moment. But inevitably, Spirit will go, well, actually, you can't save him. He's got to do this work on his own. So we'd go back into these windows where the divine would put us in separation so the work could occur. And coming out the other side, like he actually says to me, thank you. Thank you for abandoning me in that moment. I needed it. I needed that time to feel what I had to feel. Like, I needed that time being struck in a tower moment. I needed that time to fall. I needed that time to break. I needed that time to learn. Here's what I found. Here's now what I know. Here's where I'm growing. And, you come out the other side of it. And I'm just going, I'm trusting October's going to bring something special around. And when you trust the cosmos like that, inevitably you come out the other side, you go, there you go. That's what that was all about. When you're in it, it feels bloody awful. But when you come out the other side, you can understand the divine has purpose. Let's have a look. What would divine masculine say if they could? So we know that there's a big a rise in the collective consciousness, and that there's a push for relationship resets. They're a little bit defensive. They're going through a rebirth of their feelings, and they're being asked to move in a very deliberate way. Let's see what they tell us. What would divine masculine tell us? Oh, look, there you go. Three of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. We've got, oh my gosh, all the pentacles. What's that? The four of pentacles. We've got the King of Wands in the challenge. There you go. Then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and we've got the High Priestess. Yeah, yeah, they've been in the work. Look at all those pentacles. Holy moly! Look, it says I've had a shift, right? When we've got Three of Pentacles, to me, it's a massive twin flame card. It says the masculine, the feminine, the divine all working together on twin flame mission. And he goes, yeah, I'm showing up. I'm showing up. He's telling us that he is feeling the push to be the King of Pentacles, and that's what he's going to become. I'm going to be the leader of this energy on the earth plane, because up until now, divine feminine has led the way. And what the push is the divine masculine, perhaps at some point, are going to leapfrog divine feminine in their ascension process, and they're going to start to lead the energy. To me, this is kind of where the energy, I don't think it's completely shifted that way yet, but I've got a feeling that the masculine energy is going to have a fast paced ascension journey that, in some places may leapfrog what we're doing. Here, I'm gathering my resources, whether they're physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, wherever the resources come from, I'm still gathering them together, which doesn't surprise me. It says, I've been through this ascension journey. I now have these new skills, but I'm still gathering some things. Maybe I'm gathering courage, because look what my challenge is. My challenge is the King of Wands. So it could be that they're still gathering some courage to use everything that they've learned, but Spirit says, fresh new start, people. Let's make a fresh new start. Let's do it. So the push is on divine masculine to bring everything that he's learned forward into his life. For some, that will be coming back to their divine feminine. For others, it will just be a shift in their process, a healed version of themselves, where they hear the call of the divine far more intently. See this? The High Priestess comes in and says that the gateway between 5D and 3D is much more alive. It's much more potent than it's ever been before. And I still lack a little courage to bring this all forward. But essentially, I'm being pushed for this process to be my life's work. Look, King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I'm in a new phase of my mission. That's what he'd tell you if you could. I'm in a new phase of my mission. And for some, that will be unions. For others, you'll feel it on the 5D. If you don't see it in the 3D, you'll feel it on the 5D, right? The energy will hit you differently. So let's have a look at some Divine Love Oracle and see if we can just refine this message a little bit more. Because essentially, I'm not surprised to see what we're seeing. We're kind of through that window where where we're asking really difficult questions, and now we're in the space where we're seeing the reward for the effort. But this window sits for a little bit longer, because it doesn't really close to the end of the month. So essentially, I would expect all of this growth and progress to have kind of like a defining moment by the end of the month. Let's have a look. Divine masculine, divine feminine. What have we got? See, unions. All right, divine masculine. Ooh, tormented. Wow. And then what have we got? not from here. Gee, that's an interesting energy. And maybe it's leaning into this space of feeling like they don't have courage. So yeah. See, divine feminine is moved into a much more peaceful place. And when we have this union card come out, it could mean physical union. It could. But it's definitely that place where we've moved out of the real turmoil of it. So we'll move into a more peaceful place. Like I said, you'll feel the shift on the 5D, if not in the 3D. Divine masculine comes through as tormented. And it could, depending on where they're sitting in the journey, like, and I keep saying that because I'm feeling 50 different levels. Like some divine masculine are tormented because they're ready to just come forward, and there's no courage to actually do it. Whereas for other divine masculines, tracking back through that past energy and being told to, here's the work, you've got to let it go, you've got to face these changes, you've got to face this growth, and you've got the 5D window is wide open. But when you're facing all of that shadow energy and coming out the other side of it, and trying to figure out how you move with it, it can be a really, really challenging energy. Like it can get into your mind space going, can you imagine it, waking up and just suddenly going, this person, they're affecting me so much, and I'm seeing their names everywhere, and everything is just calling me to make a move towards this divine feminine energy, but I don't know what I've got to offer, and I don't know what to do about it, and I don't know. But can you imagine then that, everywhere they look, they see you, they hear you, they're called to be with you, and this energy is calling them into a higher walk with the divine. See, look, you've got the overarching energy is not from here. You're not. You're a twin flame here on a mission. You're not meant to walk of this world in the way that others walk of this world. You're meant to have this higher order energy that brings you into the work that you're meant to do on the planet. Now, the other energy that could be really affecting this is, like I said, there's a lot of disruption on the planet right now, right? So they could be feeling the energies that, we've got countries at war, like seriously at war, and it's growing. And there's a lot of countries that have been under, you know, natural disasters, and the energy of Mother Earth has been tormented, right? The baseline energy has a level of torment. And imagine if for the first time you're really opening yourself up to those energies that make you aware of what 5D and 3D are doing, and you're feeling the trauma of the planet and going, oh, I just don't belong here. So there's a bunch of different ways that I'm interpreting how that energy could be coming through, but they're figuring out, what do I do about it? How do I move through this in a really, really practical way in order to move myself forward and to relieve the degrees of tension. See this? They wanted to put down, how do I relieve that tension, right? See, it literally could be that they're picking up how that strife of the planet is coming through. It could be. And they want to just lay that, but they don't want to be feeling that level of unrest. I feel like I want to grab one more message. I want to round this out. This doesn't feel like completion to me. It doesn't feel like completion. What have I got? Let's have a look at these. Um, and it's probably not going to feel that way because we're in a reset energy, right? And the eclipse is coming in, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. It's facing what you don't want to face. It's more detoxing. It's more clearing out. It's relationship resets. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But it's also an exciting energy. It's exhausting, but it's exciting because we're going to see a true shift in the collective energy as we move towards the end of the year. What have we got there? Chemistry. We've got worth waiting for. We've got stay optimistic. We've got free yourself in the challenge. We've got very soon. Yeah, look, this is kind of what this is, kind of more in line with how I want to round it out, because a lot of the energy that we're sitting in right now is still like untangling, right? It's still got a bit of tangle to it. And where spirit is telling us conversation is important, planning is important, detoxing is important, untangling this energy is an important process. So what we've got here is we're feeling this strong connection, right? Where we know that the connection is strong. We know that there's a chemistry. What does it say on the bottom there? Oh yeah, look, there's a magnetic connection here, a strong magnetic connection, and it is worth waiting for. Stay optimistic. So even like as we're untangling October, you should be getting epiphanies as you go. You should be starting to move, even though it can be exhausting. You should be starting to move into some clarities around where the energy is sitting for you. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. It could feel like you're a little out of control as the energy untangles, and spirit is going. The challenge is that you take really conscious control of the way that the energy is moving and shifting. So whether you do what we did and work with a vision board, you journal, definitely meditate, but find a practical action that you can put over the top of it, because look at this, very soon you are going to move into another energy window where it again you'll start to feel that it is safe for you to love. So I'm going to suggest the window between now and October 28 is going to feel like we're untangling energy, and there's, like I said, epiphanies, point markers along the way that go, this is where you're at, this is what you've achieved, this is what you've learned, and focusing on where you want this all to go, because it is safe to love, and very soon you are going to hit the next level of your twin flame ascension journey. Oh, it's a hectic energy. So take care of yourselves, look after yourself, ground out, put your feet on the earth, and take good care of you through this energy. And as much information as your heart and soul and mind can organize, that's the window that we're in. Which give it your all, give it your all. Sending so much love out to the collective in faith, hope, and love. It's bye from me for now.